And we obtained coverage of the storm and its impacts. Like most places on the Central Coast, the Santa Maria Valley received quite a bit of rain today.
And News Channel reporter Dave Alley joins us live from Santa Maria. And Dave, are you starting to dry out there?
Yeah, the good news is I am starting to dry out. It was kind of some tough sledding, so to speak, for me throughout the day. But we are here along Betaravia Road near Highway 101, and it is much drier than it was throughout much of the day. Rain, sometimes very hard at times, fell throughout most of the morning and into the afternoon, made for some really hard driving for folks out on the road, and just an overall challenge for people to get around as well. But despite all that, it does appear that the Santa Maria area has been able to weather the storm. A pouring rain drenches Santa Maria, giving the city a good soaking.
Been a good rain. It's really welcome. We really appreciate it, given the drought conditions.
Precipitation fell throughout the day, but didn't cause many issues.
Santa Maria is holding up really well. We've had just a few isolated incidents, some minor street flooding.
A late night crash knocked down power lines along Depot Street, closing a stretch between Stoll and Battles Roads. However, no closures caused by flooding, including Black Road, always a trouble spot during heavy rain.
With a little shovel work, early this morning, we were able to keep Black Road open.
Santa Maria drainage basins like this one here at the Crossroads open space, they are beginning to fill up. They're always a great indicator of just how much rain the city has received.
All of our drainage basins in the parks have not flooded up to the top so far, but they're getting primed for we hope that we have more rain coming.
Highway 101 was wet, but essentially smooth sailing all day long.
Yesterday we did have quite a few collisions, and today it seems that people are slowing down, maybe driving with a little more caution.
To make sure it stays that way, CHP is keeping a close eye on the situation.
We are all out there patrolling the roads to keep people to slow down, and being visible tends to help a lot.
And folks here in Santa Maria, the officials with the city already looking ahead, monitoring the weather forecast with some rain headed our way later on this week and into next week as well. Plans are already in the works to make sure that the Santa Maria City, the folks here, Public Works, etc., are ready to respond when that storm does arrive in the future. That's the latest from here. Reporting live in Santa Maria, I'm News Channel reporter Dave Alley.
All right, thank you, Dave. And the rain kept Santa Barbara first responders pretty busy today.
And News Channel reporter Scott Sheehan joins us now live. And Scott, you've been checking out the problems that the rain caused around town.
All right, Beth, CJ, those problems ranged pretty wildly. From downtown, there's the power outage, a couple of cars collided, causing a rollover, and a couple of boats washed ashore over here on East Beach. And Santa Barbara doesn't have that much time before there's more rain and storms back in our forecast. Overnight stormy conditions washed ashore 2 boats on East Beach. Both owners try to salvage what they could, but they say they won't put their boats back into the water. Earlier this morning, rain, wet roads, and a power outage that shut off intersection lights played a role in a rollover collision. A van hit a crossover at Carrillo and Anacapa Streets. No major injuries were reported, but those involved were shook up. 14 hours earlier, a sedan rolled over in the same general area.
People need to make sure that they're not driving distracted, they're aware of the wet road conditions, drive extra slow and extra cautious, especially when we're experiencing rain such as we are today here in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara's Streets Division is giving away free sand during the day at their maintenance yard off Yananali to help people get ready for the next 2 storms on our horizon. First responders hope that this storm motivates people to prepare for the winter months ahead. As for that rollover collision, no one was taken to the hospital in an ambulance, so that is a good sign there. As far as on the water, we just had our highest tides a couple weeks ago. The king tide's the biggest of the year, and we're set to have our next biggest tides of 2022 in 2.5 weeks just to start 2022. Reporting live on Santa Barbara's East Beach, I'm News Channel reporter Scott Sheehan.
All right, thank you for that, Scott. And the train is on time. Well, there were 2 areas that we kept a close eye on as the storm came through. One was on the Gaviota Coast, where the Alisal fire burned in October. The other was Montecito, where the Thomas fire burned in 2018.
And News Channel reporter John Palmentary checked out both locations at dawn this morning.
At dawn, the Santa Barbara County Public Works Department sent a large bulldozer up Refugio Road where heavy overnight rain fell. The area had received more than 5 inches of rain on the steep hills of the Gaviota coastline impacted by the October Alisal fire. Creeks were gushing and some areas were coated in mud. Loose soil, ash, and tree branches were coming down, but for the most part they did not clog up the drains, and if they did, the water soon subsided. We found access to the Circle Bar B and other ranches in the area about 3 miles up. No one appeared to be completely cut off. From the roadside, the nearby Barron Ranch, which has scenic hiking trails, absorbed much of the water without heavy erosion. It had heavy fire damage. Drivers using Highway 101 say in the heaviest rain from the Gaviota coast to Carpinteria, they had some tense moments.
And as I was getting to the bottom, I kind of hydroplaned. And I was fine though, I recovered. I'm a pretty good driver, so I felt pretty comfortable.
The Thomas Fire area of East Valley Road was also a concern. There was some street flooding across all lanes at times, but there were no overflows that impacted homes or closed the lanes.
For months, the lower Montecito creeks, like this one near La Vuelta and North Jameson Lane, were dry because of the drought. But with the overnight downpour, they're awake again, and they're rushing towards the ocean.
The creeks held in the runoff, and there was no sign of flooding impacts, especially in the lower communities where they have had issues. For those aware of our years of drought and the need for rain, this was just the right amount for now.
We live up on Eucalyptus Hill, so it's great for the trees and the shrubberies and everything, but no issues. We need a lot more. We need 4 or 5 more of these nights like this.
And then my cat was also very upset about it and kept jumping around. She's never heard rain before.
This was a sizable storm, but the heaviest hits were here and gone by dawn for many people, although rain still came and went for hours. For now, the hills are not saturated and nothing burst out of the creeks.
I'm News Channel reporter John Palmentary.
And shoppers